Hello, I'm Trace.
And I'm Sam.
And we're two chips off the old block. And this is From Our Perspective. Welcome to the 24th? Fourth
I think
episode?
so. I think so.
The 24th episode, easily divided by 2 or 12. The 24th episode of From Our Perspective. The one where we'll just do math.
It's the math one.
It's the math one. It's the one all about math.
Because that sounds miserable.
My favorite number is 2.
2?
So 2. It's the hidden one that's in between 2 and 3.
So it's 1, 2, 2, 3.
Yeah, the Satu is silent though. That was a good one. That was a good one.
I don't know what that was.
It was good. That's what it was.
Okay. Okay, calm down.
How have you been, Sam?
I've been good. You know what occurred to me today?
What?
We're already halfway through we're more than halfway through 2019.
Jesus, we are, aren't we?
Isn't that a little nuts?
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
We're already in July. That's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the time go?
Where does it go? Down the toilet.
Down the toilet, like a big old doo-doo. I, as you know, have a terrible fear about the concept of time.
Yes.
And how it always marches on, and we can't stop it. But
don't have an existential crisis.
Yeah, I'm not
right
gonna
here.
have a panic attack right in the middle of our funny comedy show. But sometimes, you just want to get a year over with.
Jeez.
And I'm just kind of feeling like that with 2019. It doesn't.
Why do you got to get the year over with? Why not start make a change today?
Make a change today. Thanks.
Make a change today. Don't put off. I'm gonna say something very hypocritical for me, and you know me. Don't put off today. Or how's the phrase even go? I was gonna try and say that one about. I don't even know what
phrase you're talking about.
You've never heard about that procrastination one?
Don't put off today. Put off tomorrow.
No, that's not it. I think we should spend the next 5 minutes trying to figure out what this is.
I'm trying to figure out that phrase.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Like I said, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Okay, well, let's not worry about it then.
All right.
Fuck.
Jesus.
It was just 4th of July.
It was. That was crazy.
Birth of our great nation.
I'm proud to be an American.
Copyright. Stop.
Well, at least. I'm sorry. I'm too damn patriotic. I love this great.
I can't help it.
I love this great country of ours. Home of the brave land of,
home of the land and
home,
brave of the
home
free.
of the land, brave of the free.
Exactly.
This is July is just Independence Month basically, because Canada, I think declared their independence on the 1st of July.
I think so. I think we had a.
Yeah,
wasn't our last episode on their Independence Day?
Yeah, I think it was. Sorry, all of our one Canadian listener. We should have brought it up. We feel bad.
I think I did.
Oh, you might have. I don't know, nor do I really care.
I don't remember. Okay, well.
Also, the Bahamas. The Bahamas declared their independence sometime in July, which is something I didn't know about.
I guess everybody just gets really hot and annoyed.
Everyone gets real pissed off. Everyone gets real pissed off at Britain during the month of July.
It's so hot, and the British are so bullshit.
The fuck the British, dude. Look at all this tea. It's just sitting.
It's just sitting there.
Yep, we did get really pissed off about just a bunch of tea sitting in the Boston Harbor, didn't we?
Well, that's not why we threw tea in the Boston Harbor trade.
Yeah, it was just there was a lot of it there, and we didn't want it there no more. You know? You know how it happened.
That's not the truth.
And then we threw the tea into the Boston Harbor, and then King George III died because his life source was drowned.
he was
keeled
sustained by the the T.
You know how in like the Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Nazis like faces melt off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was
like
like
that.
that?
But like he wasn't there, so he was just like standing, giving like a royal proclamation or something, and
And
his
then he
face
just melted.
Yeah, his face just melted off.
Interesting. That's certainly not true, but
Are you sure?
can't believe we're already lying. I thought that was later.
It's whatever. You know, I'm just a little liar. I'm a pretty little liar.
You're a pretty little liar.
Yeah, I am. And you can't
You ever
prove
watch
me
that show?
wrong. No, did you?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought you were
was
about
really
to
hoping you had for some reason.
I thought you were about to confess your deep love for the hit ABC show Pretty Little Liars. And I wasn't gonna like judge you or anything, but like I was gonna think a little less of you.
You were gonna totally judge
I was
me.
gonna totally judge you.
No, I haven't seen it.
What is your guilty pleasure show? Everyone has one.
Guilty pleasure. Well, what's yours? Maybe I can kind of gauge what's a guilty pleasure.
Like literally anything on TLC.
Okay. I don't really watch that because
Because I'm a man of culture.
'cause, yeah, I'm not a uncultured pig.
Okay, buddy. Oh no, my guilty
Okay, what is
pleasure
it?
show. I know it. My number
Okay.
one show that I just absolutely adore, that's kind of bad, is Kitchen Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares.
That's a
Is that the one with Gordon Ramsay?
yes. It's the one. It's like a
Yeah.
It's like Bar Rescue,
seen that.
but with a cooler guy who takes
My
the lead.
cousin came over one day, and like whenever he comes over, he like turns on one thing, and it like stays on for like the whole time he's over.
Yeah.
So he turned on Kitchen Nightmares, and we watched a few seasons.
We watched every episode in syndication.
Probably not every episode, but we watched a lot of episodes of Kitchen Nightmares.
It's great, isn't it?
It's a good show. The only problem with watching one of those shows like in such a repetitive kind of setting, you really start to notice the pattern.
Yeah, well, there is definitely a pattern, especially with like the way that Americans kind of cut together reality TV shows, because like there's always like that. Who was it? Someone that I watched on YouTube. I think it was Jaden Animations mentioned this. Like they always do like the weird music cuts, like the
Bum, bum, bum.
and
Yeah.
it's like zooms in on someone's face, and then they'll say something, and it'll zoom in on Gordon Ramsay's face, and then they're in maracas. There's always just like music stings and quick cuts and everything, but I love it. That's why it's a guilty pleasure. Oh, that's so good, so good, so good, so good. So you don't really have a guilty pleasure show?
Not that I can think of.
Wow. You know what?
I'm sorry.
I hate
I'm just
you.
boring. You hate me. Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Yep. You know what? I hate you. I hate your guts. You're the worst. You're actually literally the worst person. And let's get into this topic, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Is this kind of just like a cooperative kind of?
It's going to be kind of cooperative. It's kind of weird. I guess it... Do you want to break it into, like, 2 parts?
We can, I guess.
Okay. Well, let's let you lead.
Okay. So,
On the first part, and then we'll kind of lean into the other
yeah,
part.
I'll kick it over to you about halfway through. This is going to be an interesting episode.
Yeah.
So I've got here a book, and it's a book
Yes.
that I found when I went over to my dad's house the other day. And us being Kentucky boys, we're practically, we're, especially in the town we live in, we're very much Southern, or
Yes.
at least our environment is. Sorry, excuse my dog barking. So I found a book that, well, I'll just read the title, I guess. I'll just read the title.
Okay.
This book is titled Butter My Butt and Call Me a Biscuit. and then its subtitle is "And Other Country Sayings, So-Sos, Hoots, and Hollers." And this book,
Hold on, so-sos?
yeah, So-Sos. This great book that I have, this very great book that I have right now in my hands, is written by Alan Zulo and Gene Cheek.
These don't sound like Southern people.
Now, I was just looking through this book, and let me tell you, it's probably the greatest book ever written. Quite literally.
Okay, so are there like translations?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna have to figure this out on our own.
Okay, well let's see if we know any of them.
Yeah.
Can you just hit me with one?
Well, let's so let's look at the table of contents real quick.
Okay.
So we got like the foreword, gooder and grits.
Gooder and grits.
Yeah. We're not gonna worry about that.
Yes.
The first section is never kick a cow patty on a hot day. And other pearls of wisdom. Now, do you know what a cow patty is?
I don't think I do.
Wow, that's a. You know how when a cow takes a big old dump, and it just kind of lays in the field, and it looks like a big old patty?
That's a cow patty?
Yeah, it's a cow patty.
That was if I guessed, that would have been my guess. But
Your guess would have been a big old steamy cow shit. Yeah.
yes.
So, never kick a cow patty on a hot day.
Should you ever kick a cow patty?
Yeah, I think what it's
On a
implying.
cold day?
I think what it's implying. If it's a cold day, it's going to be frozen, and it's basically going
sounds
to be
like that
like
would hurt.
Well, it's basically going to be like a big hockey puck at that point,
Like a big rock.
or a big rock. When it's hot, though, it's going to be not solid.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's
from
move
that.
on.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
Cow shit.
viscosity.
So we'll go there first. We'll look at other pearls of wisdom.
Yeah, let's hear some pearls of wisdom from the South. Should we be required to speak with a country or
With
southern
a
accent?
southern accent, I'm one
With a
step,
southern
I'm-
or do you want to go like country?
I'm one step ahead of you, brother. See, when I went over to your house yesterday, and I was sitting there with my cousin, your mom asked me, very kind of out of nowhere, was just like, "Where's your accent?" And I was like, "Me, moi."
My mom asked you.
Yeah,
that?
it was. I mean, relatively speaking, we don't have southern accents.
No, we don't. I've been told I do not sound like I'm from Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know if I.
Except when I say Louisville.
Yeah, you don't say it right.
What? No, I say it perfectly, and you say it
So
wrong. How do you say it again?
I will say Louisville, but that's because it's where I'm from.
And you're doing it wrong. That's 2 syllables. It should be just Louisville. It's kind of like, it's almost like
One
run
word.
it together even more.
It's one word.
Yeah,
It's one syllable.
it kind of Louisville.
It's not that. It's Louisville. Named after King Louis.
Well, who cares about that?
That's why we have.
The people who live in the place determine how it's said.
I was about to say, because we have. Oh God, what's that symbol? Because it's all over New Orleans. The
fleur-de-lis?
Yeah, the fleur-de-lis. We have that, which proves that we were settled as like a French community, or Louisville was. It's King Louis. It's Louisville.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
But no one from here says it that way, and if you say it that way, then we know that you're not from here.
That's right. There was a guy in one of my classes, and he was like, he said something about Louisville, and I was like, "You're not from here." And he's like, "No, I'm from like South Carolina."
Did he say Louis?
Like Louisville, or however it's said. I don't know how it's supposed to be.
King Louis. The S is silent. regardless, let's not get into
Yeah.
talking about Louisville pronunciations. Let's. I'll give you a couple to choose from, and then you'll tell me what pearl of wisdom topic you would like me to talk about.
Okay.
Consequences, inaction, putting on airs, wishful thinking, or excuses.
I'd like to know what Southerners think about putting on airs.
Putting on airs? Even if you're in high cotton, don't get above your raisin.
I have no idea what that could mean.
Even if you are in high cotton, don't get
Okay.
above your raisin. So it's saying, and this is my best guess, and I think I'm pretty damn close. Even if your clothes are fancy, that doesn't mean that you're any better than where you're from. I think that's
Okay,
what
I think that's right.
um,
I don't know why, but I was picturing somebody in like,
standing in a field of cotton.
yeah, and it was like kind of high for some reason.
They're like,
and I was
"Ugh,
like, this
is-
doesn't make any
This
sense.
sucks.
This is like really
This-
bad.
It's very hot out, and this cotton hurts. All right, we'll go to the next page because we've got a pretty thick book to get through.
We do indeed.
Next two pages: revenge, owning up, or facing reality.
Facing reality.
Facing reality.
Please. For 500, Elliot.
Sorry. You can put your boots in the oven, but that don't make them biscuits. Now,
That's
do you
just-
need me to say it again?
No, I think I get it. It's just like, that's not the way it is.
Yeah,
I guess
you
is
can-
basically what that means.
You can. I don't even know how to word it.
You can
Like,
put your boots in the oven,
but
but they ain't biscuits.
that don't make them biscuits. I get what it's saying. I just don't know how to put
Yeah.
it in, I guess, layman's terms.
like like human words.
I don't know how to put it into regular human talk. All right. I don't know what this page is. I think it's a big joke.
Okay.
Light.
Is it
this
like
one's
long?
called.
Please don't read it.
Okay, never mind. I'll skip it. Next page.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to talk about lies, unnecessary risks, compliments, restraint, or deceit?
Let's do compliments. I'd like to
Something
know how to
sweet.
give a
Something
Southern
sweet.
person a compliment.
Saying something nice makes the old feel young and the poor feel rich. Now that's just sweeter than sweet tea right there. I think I'm changing, Sam.
He's morphing.
I need help.
The transformation is happening.
And then, like, I just have a cowboy hat starts to sprout from my head. My shirt starts to turn into flannel. That one makes a lot of sense. It's very straightforward, very sweet, very nice.
Yeah.
Next page. Adversity, seeking advice, self-help, imperfection, knowing whom to criticize, or investing.
Investing.
I feel like I've heard this one before, actually. This one's about investing. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back in your pocket. So this one's kind of a joke. This one's not a serious thing. It's literally saying...
Don't spend money.
Well, it's saying...
It's saying fold your money.
Fold it. So when you fold it in half and you hold a bill, it looks like you
Okay.
have two bills. So it looks like you've doubled your money. And it's saying the quickest way to double your money is to fold it so it looks like you've doubled your money.
But couldn't it also be saying to not spend money?
I mean, yeah,
Put it back in your pocket?
maybe.
Maybe it's a double meaning.
Maybe I just think it's a joke. Now this next one is also a very long page, but it says talking dirty.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
Okay. A high society lady was mortified when her daughter came home from college engaged to a young man with little money and no social standing. So this is apparently like 1850s Southern belle. Like, he doesn't have any money or no social standing, so, how could he ever? The dreaded day...
But, I mean, that's still a concern. No money.
No money. Well, little money is totally a concern, but social standing?
I don't know. Maybe they're worried about that sort of thing.
The dreaded day came when the haughty woman had to introduce her soon-to-be son-in-law to her friends. She winced as the young... I don't know why I dropped the accent. She winced as the young man talked to the snooty matrons in language that was neither grammatical nor refined. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
She couldn't have been more embarrassed if she had mistakenly served her guest moonshine instead of sweet tea. You know that common misconception that happens constantly?
I'm pretty sure I'd catch that.
Yeah, when you're pouring a clear liquid that smells like rubbing alcohol, but times 10, opposed to a sweet-smelling liquid that is brown.
Yes.
Anyway, the eyebrows of the hoity-toity were arched so high you could drive a team of horses through them. You know that saying. Rather than swoon in shame, the lady gritted her teeth and said to her daughter, who was still gazing starry-eyed into the ne'er-do-well, "Darling, why don't you and your young man slip to the kitchen and bring us some more cake?" As the door closed behind them, Miss High and Mighty lowered her voice to her friend and said, "Well, you know, even the most fertile lands must be manured from time to time." What does that mean? That's the end. What does that mean?
It means they were going to do some dirty stuff in the kitchen.
Why did she tell her daughter to go fuck the dude in the kitchen?
Is that what that means?
That's what you just said.
I mean, I was just making a joke.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
What the shit was that story?
I don't understand.
I guess I'm not Southern enough. What if I go put on cowboy boots? Do you think I'd understand it?
You gained the knowledge.
I'd gain the knowledge. I'd get a lot closer at least. Okay. Let's we're done
Skip
with
ahead
these
to
little...
a little bit later in the book.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about... Let's talk about... Okay, this section's called He's as Scared as a Sinner in a Cyclone. And other look-sees about people. Let me get to page 137 so I can tell you.
Scared as a sinner in a cyclone?
Yeah. I'm saying he's about to die, and he knows when he dies he'll go to heaven.
What kind of person calls a tornado a cyclone in the South?
I don't know.
I thought it was a tornado.
Tornado.
To be fair.
Tomater. Okay,
Stop.
so these are basically like yo mama jokes, basically.
Okay.
These are basically like cuts at people, like jokes.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about someone's intelligence, if they're lazy, if they're spirited, if they're exaggeration prone, or if they're unintelligent?
Exaggeration prone.
He's full of more nuts and berries than a fat bear.
That sounds a little bad, I'm gonna be honest.
What would nuts and berries symbolize in this saying? Because I sure as hell don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see, I like this one. This is the unintelligent one. He won't hurt his back toting his brains. He's fucking stupid.
Okay. You made yourself laugh.
Yeah, that one was funny. Okay, so these may not be jokes at someone else's expense. These are just sayings about someone's character.
Okay.
Okay, next page. Arrogant, strong, or pompous?
Arrogant.
They're so snooty that if they get to heaven, they're gonna ask to see the upstairs. You know? You know? I guess what that one's saying is because
How is that arrogance?
I don't know. Maybe they're saying that what they see now isn't adequate.
Is that arrogance?
I don't know.
I thought arrogance was thinking you're good at something.
I don't know.
Or like overly cocky.
Now this is a good one on the next page. This one is about someone's intelligence.
Okay.
His cheese slid off his cracker. Do you think we could put that on a shirt?
I'd like to.
His
They might already have that.
My cheese slid off my cracker.
You should order a shirt if they do have
I'll look
that.
it up later. All right. Contrary, dishonest, or open-minded?
Contrary.
Contrary. If you throwed her in the river, she'd float upstream. Now that one's just very straightforward. She's so contrarian.
Yeah, it's straightforward.
That if you throwed her in a river,
if you throwed
her. Now, this is something that my mom does. She definitely speaks in a more southern accent than I. Excuse me. When she says washing machine, she adds an R.
Say wash.
Does your mom do that?
Yeah, my uncle does it.
I need to go wash my clothes. I'm like
George Washington.
And it's weird because my mom, her accent will fade in and out, but like it's abrupt. Like when my accent comes through, I see it as faint. Like it's very little.
Yeah, it's just specific things for me. Like I say "ol."
I'm a good old boy.
I don't say oil usually. I just say "ol."
Oh, you say "ol" like that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like "ol" apostrophe. Like
no.
Okay. I was like, when? When do you say that?
I'm just going a good old boys.
Good old boy.
The old days.
I know definitely with me, the pace in which I talk is very much southern. Like,
and what is that, slow?
Yeah, I have a very slow speech. Like I was going over, so we're doing a play. I was going over the lines for the play, and I was like, I'm talking like a southerner, like the pace of a southerner, and my character's from New York, so I was like, I can't talk this slow. And it's very...
What are you going to do, like the old-timey...
like
New York talk, like see
it has a name, transatlantic accent.
Yeah.
And coming to the stage, I don't know why the fuck.
Wasn't that completely fabricated?
It was. They were people like radio personalities and professionals were taught to speak with that accent.
That's so weird.
It is. Why give yourself a fake accent? And it's weird because like, and it got very popular when radio came around, and you listen to like different presidents. Like if you ever listen to FDR's fireside chats, you can tell that he's doing this transatlantic accent because it has that it has that like higher inflection. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I remember watching something about it at one point because since we do plays a lot, you come across a character that would have that accent, like with the time period and with their character. So I remember looking something up about it, and I was like, that's so weird. I was always so confused on why like famous actors like Cary Grant and Jimmy Stewart had this weird inflection.
Jimmy Stewart's not too bad about it.
Well,
and neither is... I don't think Cary Grant's too bad either.
Well, Cary Grant was British, wasn't he?
Yeah. Do you know what his name was?
I remember it being something...
It's like crazy.
I remember it being something completely ridiculous. It's like so many syllables, I feel like. What did you find?
Oh my God. Archibald Alexander Leach.
I knew it. Oh,
Archibald.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I remember that now. Regardless, I don't know how we keep getting so off topic.
No, I think it's a good segue.
Good segue. I want to do one more.
Okay. Then it's not a good segue.
Just one more. This one is about someone being sluggish.
Okay. This would apply to me.
Yep. So someone, by your own testimony, someone would say about you, he was born tired and raised lazy.
No, that's really mean.
Well, you said that was you. I didn't mean it.
No, that's so rude.
That is very rude.
I was not raised lazy. I was born tired.
I was always a very tired man.
Don't drag my mother into this. How she raised me.
I don't know if
you can call me born tired as much as you want.
Say I'm born tired. Never talk about my ma.
My mama.
Mama. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna kick it over to
Into
you.
part 2, I guess.
Since this is some weird hybrid episode.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So kind of going off the idea of pronunciation and stuff.
And accents and stuff.
Yeah, I've got an article pulled up here from Business Insider.
Okay.
22 fascinating maps that show how Americans speak English differently across the U.S.
Okay.
So this is, I kind of want to play a game with you.
Okay.
And I'm going to, like, describe the thing, and I want you to, like, say the word, and we're going to figure out if it lines up with where you're from.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start off with, what do you call the miniature lobster that one finds in lakes and streams?
That's a... See, I call it a crawdaddy.
You call it a crawdaddy?
Yeah, crawdaddy. Crawdad.
It's just a crawdad. It's a crawdad.
Crawdad. Crawdaddy.
That lines up with Kentucky.
It's also a crayfish.
Crayfish is northern, kind of like New England, Wisconsin.
There's another one.
And then crawfish.
Crawfish
is like the south, the deep south.
Deep south. Crawfish, crawdad.
Like Louisiana.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
Okay. So the other one had a description provided. This one does not. So I'm gonna have to
You're gonna have to call.
I'm gonna have to make it
Okay.
up. Okay. So like, you put it on ice cream, but it's not chocolate, and it's like yellow.
Like a topping?
Yeah, like it's like
Caramel?
caramel. Okay, so you say it 3 syllables.
Yeah. Because
That's southern.
there's an A.
I say caramel.
There's another A though.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not. It's not, you dirty boy. You dirty birdie. Don't you ever again.
It's caramel. That's what I say usually.
No, it's caramel.
That's what I say.
You're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. The South is the only ones that say caramel, apparently.
But there's another A.
I don't care if there's another A.
When are vowels ever silent?
I say Louisville.
Yeah, you're wrong there too.
I'm not.
Okay, what's the next one before I jump through this computer and strangle you?
Okay. This is impossible to describe. Okay, how do you say been? Like you've been somewhere. Is it just been?
Yeah,
okay.
Like if someone asked me where I've been, I'd say I've been at the grocery store.
Okay, that's most
I've been
the country.
I've been at.
No, it's actually the like Wisconsin area says Ben.
I'm confused.
Apparently, like Ben, like in set Ben. Like bin is sit. Like, right? Am I getting this wrong? They're very similar sounds. I'm gonna move on.
I've been.
Ben. There's a difference.
I don't hear it, but okay.
There's a slight difference. I'm not gonna do that one because it's just Texas. Okay, it's like a drawing utensil that children usually use.
It's a crayon.
A crayon. Okay.
I would imagine the farther south you go, it's pronounced a crown.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, well, what is it?
A crayon is southern.
Really?
Crayon is what it's saying.
Crayon. Crane.
Yeah, crayon.
Closer to crane.
And then the rest, like the kind of the west and kind of more northern, say crayon, like in dawn.
Yeah, because there's an O, crayon.
Yeah, crayon. Because that's how you say it.
Because that's the right way.
And if you say it differently,
and if anyone says crown, then you're obviously a child.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
okay.
No disagreements
so
there.
a person. It's hard to describe these things. So like in a courtroom, They like
A lawyer.
represent a lawyer.
Lawyer.
Okay, so that's not Southern.
What is it? A lawyer?
A lawyer.
You add a long A sound.
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Are you okay?
I mean, it's a lawyer.
Yeah, like as in boy.
As in he's a boyer.
he's a boy
Boyer the
lawyer.
lawyer. That sounds like the next new Disney Channel comedy. Disney Channel's newest original movie. Boyer the lawyer.
He got past the bar.
This Boyer is raising the bar. Tom Holland starts. And Boyer the lawyer.
Okay, I kind of want this movie to happen now.
It'd be great. I'd actually cry if that came out.
Mr. Boyer.
Mr. Boyle. Yeah, he's got to go to a Southern court so the judge one of the defense attorneys can talk like that.
Exactly.
Mr. Boyle. All right, what's the next one?
Have you ever seen My Cousin Vinny?
No.
That just reminded me of that. It's a good movie. It's fun.
Is that one?
It's just like a fun
with Danny
movie.
DeVito?
No, it's Joe
Joe
Pesci.
Pesci. I always get those two kind of mixed up from time to time.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, what's the next one?
Can you call coleslaw just slaw? Have you ever done that in your life?
I mean, I work at a barbecue restaurant. We have
So you might say slaw.
3 different types of slaw.
Okay.
We have vinegar coleslaw, we have creamy coleslaw, and we have Southwest slaw.
Okay. So you do say slaw?
It depends. Sometimes I'll say coleslaw, sometimes I'll just say slaw. Most of the time I'll just say slaw. I'll say that.
Okay, that is Southern. I do not say slaw.
Slaw seems like a very Southern food.
It is, I think. Because they serve it at KFC.
And it barbecue joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I just feel like at some point, because it's a Southern thing, the South is just like, yeah, we all know what we mean.
Yeah, we're just going to shorten it.
I'm just going to say slaw.
Yeah.
I don't know where the coal comes from. To all the children who somehow manage to live in a 40-year-old's body who say cold slaw when they order it, and all the other children who basically also say cold slaw, who say pork sandwiches when they're trying to say pulled pork sandwiches.
Pulled pork? God.
I want to uppercut each and every one of you, and you make my job a living hell. Anyway.
I mean, you got what they were saying, right?
Yeah, but I still hate them.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway.
Okay, so what words do you use to address a group of 2 or more people? I mean, this is...
I typically say you guys.
What did you say you
I
broke
would
up?
guess I would... I say you guys. Sometimes I say you all.
See, I would say you all.
I just say you guys a lot.
You guys is not Southern. Y'all is Southern, obviously.
Hey, yous guys.
Yous guys would be... I was looking this up,
Yeah.
and there was a map, and it had you guys, y'all, and then it had like Boston circled, and it said yous guys.
Yous guys. Hey, yous guys.
Hey, yous guys.
Yeah, I typically say you guys, and then it's you all, and it's... I say them all.
See, here's the interesting thing. There's like a band of you all through like parts of New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and West Virginia, kind of like across that between the South and the rest of the country.
Yeah, the divider.
The divider.
The great you all divider. It's what Winston Churchill said. A you all divider has fallen over Europe. Okay, what's the next one?
The white condiment you might put on like a sandwich or like a burger.
Horrible. That's what I call it.
Oh yeah, you don't like
I hate
it.
mayo.
What? Say the full thing.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
Okay, so it's 2 syllables.
Yeah.
That's kind of a southern thing.
Yeah, I don't say
Apparently.
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise.
I don't care
See,
because I hate that condiment. It's my least favorite condiment.
I do not understand you.
Okay. When it's very thinly spread, I can deal with it.
No, I want like a glob.
No, see,
It's
you're
so
disgusting. You're a disgusting man. There's like this Philly cheesesteak place. I know that they have one in the mall. And I went and they like messed up my cheesesteak.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not the type of guy who's going to be like, can I get a new one, please?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to walk away and not eat it or something.
Well, I just like...
Or just eat a little bit of it.
I ate it all. I just picked off like... Because I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, so I picked off the tomatoes. And everything else I was fine with. It just wasn't what I wanted. So I had it and I was like, there's mayo on this. But it was very thinly spread so I could deal with it. And like when I go to... what's that? Jimmy John's, which I don't go there often, but they always have mayo on their stuff, and they thinly spread it, and I can deal with it there as well. It gives it just like a hint of creaminess.
I just love mayo.
Mayo sucks.
Mayo's good. Okay, so how do you say clothes you go to sleep in?
Pajamas.
Pajamas. I also say pajamas.
Yeah. I actually say jammy whammies. My
jams.
Jammy whammies. No, it's not pajamas. Unless you're British.
I guess it could be. Unless you're from...
Did you ever watch that show Bananas in Pajamas?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was like this horrifying show where these 2 guys wore big banana outfits. But, like, it wasn't like the ones that you see on Halloween where you can see their face. It was like this huge, like, bodysuit. And it's one of those kids shows. And I remember their theme song. It was like, bananas in pajamas running down the stairs. And they were, like, running down the stairs. It was a British TV show, so who the fuck knows what was going through their minds. Anyway.
I feel like I might know what you're talking about. I feel like I may have seen...
Probably.
So pajama is apparently a southern-ish thing. It kind of goes up the East Coast too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then pajama would be everybody else.
Everyone else, all the wrong people.
That's kind of the split usually.
What, like the?
That's kind of the usual split.
Just like the
South and like the East Coast, and then the rest.
And then everyone else who's wrong.
Yeah, the wrong.
The
people.
wrong ones.
Okay, here's basically the one that got me looking at this.
Okay.
So, it's like it's a nut, but they make like a pie of it. It's like my favorite pie. I don't know if you know that.
Pecan pie.
Pecan. Okay, so pecan. That.
But when I'm talking about like those cookies, the Sandies, I say pecan Sandies.
I see that was part of it. It's because I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "What would you say? Pecan Sandies?" And I was like, "Probably." If I
probably you shut up
because I hadn't heard. I didn't know that that cookie. So I was like, and they like handed me the box, and I was like, "How would you probably say this?" And I was like, "Pecan Sandies."
No, see,
that's just how I say pecan.
It's a pecan pie, but it's pecan Sandies. It's a weird one. And sometimes when I'm talking about the pie, I'll say pecan pie.
Pecan.
And pecan, I would imagine, is the southern one.
It's kind of all over the place, and this map is like weird because it's like light colors, where it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
But it's kind of splotchy.
See, that makes sense.
All I know is pecan, like pick on.
Yeah.
Is like New England.
Okay. Pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah, pecan pie.
Is most everywhere else.
And then there's pecan.
And there's pecan, and then there's pecan.
Now, I remember...
so I guess, is ours technically pecan? So we'd be like talking like New England people.
Pecan pie, I guess.
I think so.
See, now I remember there was one time where I was at work and I was telling someone about one of our seasonal toppings, and it's like a sweet potato casserole, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's topped with pecans. And I said pecans, and a man very rudely told me I was wrong. And I was like, "Is it really?"
How did he say?
He said it pecan.
Or was he like, "It's pecan"? Oh, it doesn't fucking matter.
I was like,
he knew what you were saying, didn't he?
Does it matter? He was like, "Are you from
It matters to
around
me."
here?" And I was like, "Yes."
You from around these parts?
Yes, I just say it right, dude.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Here's a neat one that I think a lot of people know about, but a carbonated beverage. What do you say?
Typically, I just call everything Coke.
Yep, me too. It's weird. Like, it's Coke, but like everybody in my family has like a different carbonated beverage we drink, so we just say, "Can you get me a Coke?" And then I go get my brother a Diet Mountain Dew or my mom a Diet Coke, and it's just like, I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if I don't call it Coke, I'm calling it soda.
Yeah, it's a soda.
And anybody who calls it pop is a freak.
is a monster and should be shot on sight.
That's northern, kind of not New England, but like, sorry, Michigan. We gotta apologize to Michigan.
No, I'm not apologizing to them. If they say pop, then I don't want them.
It says they say pop. If you guys say pop, get in touch with us.
Get in touch with us,
and we'll tell you. You could just start saying. You could just start saying soda.
We'll help
instead.
you find. We'll get you the help that you need. So it's Coke.
Also,
it's
like
Coke.
Montana, South and North Dakota, like those states.
So it's Coke, pop, and soda, are the three ones.
Yeah, and then there's also soft drink, which is apparently Oklahoma, because
just Oklahoma.
they just want to be contrary. It's kind of just that area, it looks like, and a little bit of. I think it might be a little bit of Kentucky and a little bit of Indiana.
See, that makes sense because, honestly, I
would never call it a soft drink.
I think I actually would say that I call it a soft drink.
Really?
Because Coke is...
I say soda.
Coke is very...
I say Coke or soda.
I mean, that's fair.
That's the bottom line
that's
for
fair.
me. I'm never calling it. I'm never calling it
as long
pop,
as we don't call it a pop, I think we can continue making a podcast together. Anyway, what's the next one?
Okay, so... have you ever... I don't know if you've ever seen these, but they're like... It's a road where you kind of drive into a circle. What do you call that?
A roundabout?
Okay, that's how you say it.
Okay.
That's what I also call it. That's what a lot of the country calls it.
Who's the odd one out?
But kind of the East Coast and Texas and a little bit of California and Louisiana call it a traffic circle.
That's just what it is.
And then, here's the interesting one. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and like that area
Yeah.
call it a rotary.
Can we...
Which is fun.
Is there any way...
That's pretty fun. Can we co-op that?
No. Is there any way that we can somehow saw those states off of
you
this
don't like
country
that?
and push it into the Atlantic?
You don't think that's fun?
No. A rotary?
What's wrong with that? Yeah, like a rotary.
No, I
sense.
get it, but now it'd be funny.
What's so great about a roundabout?
It sounds cool.
What's wrong with a rotary?
You get excited when you're like, "Oh, we're coming up on a roundabout." You're like, "Yeah."
See, I just get scared.
That's true. Someone flipped me off at a roundabout recently because apparently they didn't know how it worked. I totally had the right of way, and they got mad at me because I didn't stop for them. What's the next one?
Okay. The stuff you put on pancakes.
Syrup.
Syrup. Okay, you say syrup?
Yeah, syrup.
Like sear up.
Maple syrup, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Where's that?
Syrup is most places.
Syrup.
I think I also say syrup. Maple
syrup.
No, I say syrup. Maple syrup.
Syrup? That sounds so ugly.
Okay. That's everywhere.
That sounds so ugly, though.
Do you know where yours comes from?
Where?
There's like a splotch in Pennsylvania.
What up? I'm gonna be a Quaker, dude.
They apparently say syrup.
See, when you asked me that, I was like, what else is it? I couldn't think of a different pronunciation.
Like maple syrup. That's how I say it.
Syrup. That sounds so ugly. It
doesn't.
It does. I'm sorry.
How do we have such different pronunciations?
I don't know.
Maybe it's because you went to Florida for a little while and got corrupted.
Yeah. It really fucks up everyone mentally. Okay, what's the next one?
Like is it okay? What do you call the long sandwich that contains cold cuts, lettuce, and so on?
Sub.
That's also what I would call it. There's like hoagie and hero. Like a hoagie is like Philadelphia.
I've never really known.
So like the map is like bright red for sub, and it's just like a blue splotch in Philadelphia.
I've never really known what a hoagie was, so
yeah, it's the same.
I've
thing.
always thought of it as a submarine sandwich. Anyway, next one.
I always thought a hero was the big one.
Now a hero, like
you know the ones where they're like
how do you spell
12
it?
feet long, like hero, like HERO.
Oh, I did not know that was the thing. I thought you were talking about like a gyro or a gyro.
No. That's a different thing.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was.
I thought a hero sandwich was like one of those like 12-foot long ones you get for like a party.
Honestly, I've never heard of that saying.
Really?
I've never heard. Every time someone refers to it as a hero, I've thought of like a gyro.
What do you call the thing from which you might drink water in a school?
I don't fucking call it a bubbler. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, we don't.
It's a water
what do you call
fountain.
it though? Okay, that's Southern. There's also drinking fountain.
Yeah, I mean,
which is our Michigan and kind of the West Coast.
I mean, I get it. You drink from it, but when does it not spit out water?
It doesn't bubble.
Yeah, it doesn't bubble. Is there any way we can just destroy that state entirely for saying?
That's kind of fun though.
No, it sucks.
Why are you so hateful about?
Because it's not a bubbler, and you know that.
That's fun though.
No, it's not. It's garbage.
Okay. We're going to move on to what is your general term for rubber-soled shoes worn in gym class or athletic activities?
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes as well. That's most of the country, and then New England is sneakers.
Sneakers, yeah. Everyone in my family says tennis shoes.
And that's
and
it.
It's not pronounced tennis shoes. It's tennis shoes.
It's tennis shoes.
Yeah, it's TENNISHLES. Tennis shoes.
I'm glad you caught that before we moved on.
Because they're not for tennis. They're for tennis.
They're for tennis.
Yeah, tenny.
But that's pronunciations. I think it's pretty kooky how different our stuff was.
Yeah, that is.
Like syrup.
What do you call the thing in a Walmart where you put your groceries?
Shopping cart.
Now you're gonna hate me for this one because
I think I know you call that something weird.
I don't think anyone else calls it this, and it's only because my dad calls it this.
It's your family.
It's just my dad. It's my dad and my brother and me.
Okay, what do you call it?
It's a bass cart.
That's not a thing.
It's a basket cart. It's a bass cart.
No. It's just a shopping cart. Or a trolley if you're from England.
A shopping trolley.
Put it in a trolley. Anyways, that's pronunciations. Tell us if we were right or wrong.
Yeah, you know what? There was a right or a wrong answer, and you could tell by my passion that of course there were.
Anything that applied to Michigan, we're sorry. We still love you.
No, if they call it a bubbler, wait, they don't call it a bubbler.
They don't call it a bubbler. That's
what was
Wisconsin.
the one that pissed me off?
I don't remember.
It was something. But yeah, if you all have a different word for something, like how I say,
they said pop.
they say
They said
pop.
pop.
Yeah, they say pop. Let's pop them off the face of this map, of the face of
Maybe
this
it's
world.
because it's so cold up there that when they get too cold, they like explode.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they call it pop, because they're deadly.
Because they're deadly explosives. If you have a weird word like bass cart,
Yeah, please share it with us.
share it with
That'd
us
be cool.
because that's going to be.
I want to know more weird words that are
Um,
exclusive to you.
yeah, that are like your family things. Because I say bass cart, I'm not ashamed of it. So Anyway.
What happened today, Trace?
See, a lot of stuff happened today.
Oh, really? That's new.
Yeah.
Normally, like, absolutely dick all happens.
Literally nothing happened. Well, I mean, there's always something that happens.
Yeah.
It's just nothing interesting really happens.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about that happened today, July 8th, of course. In 1836, Charles Darwin reaches St. Helena in the HMS Beagle and takes up lodgings near the tomb of Napoleon.
Interesting.
Charles Darwin, kind of the father of evolution.
Don't know if you've heard of
Don't know
him.
if you've ever heard of him.
Kind of a big deal.
A pretty big deal. He's kind of the father of evolution. Kind of got that theory rolling.
Origin of species.
Yeah. All of the classic hits.
Also, a mad brony.
He loved My Little Pony. He actually thought that eventually horses would evolve.
They'd get a cutie mark.
Yeah. He thought that horses would get a cutie mark and turn into tiny, talking, cute little ponies.
Like Rainbow Dash,
Applejack.
The other ones that I don't know the names of. Midnight
Sparkle.
Beauty, something like that.
Princess, Twilight, Derpy.
Twilight Princess,
Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild,
Majora's
Mask.
Others. Oh
wait,
games.
those are Zelda games.
Yeah, we kind of got off track there.
Another thing.
That's a lie though. Darwin was not a mad brownie.
Yeah,
I don't know that. He might have been if he was born today.
Another thing about Charles Darwin that a lot of people don't know about is that his beard was actually a bunch of little tiny snakes, and that kind of scares me thinking about it.
I thought you were gonna say that was part of his face.
Oh, it was just like a growth.
It's like a big chin.
He had a really big chin that looked like hair.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
He kind of just like hooked them in there. Like they didn't grow out of his face. He kept them.
He's
there.
not like Medusa.
Yeah, he kept them there. It kept his face warm.
He had a name for each one.
Yep, it kept his face warm and it kept them safe.
And that's a lie.
And that is totally a lie. Anyway, that's what happened today.
Anyway, Charles Darwin's pretty cool.
Charles Darwin, neat guy.
Good old Charlie.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this about Charles Darwin. He could jump 12 feet in the air also.
He had a 12-foot vertical leap.
Yep. From a standing position. He didn't even have to run and jump.
I don't know. Maybe he did.
He might have.
He unlocked the secrets of evolution. Maybe
he actually might have.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We'll never know.
He was humble. Anyway, let's kick it over to Sam's Holiday Corner.
Sam's Holiday Corner. It's July 8th, as we all know.
As we all know and love.
Everybody knows. And today is Be a Kid Again Day.
Be a kid again. God, don't I wish I could.
Drop all those troubles.
Forget about your taxes. Forget about your job.
Yeah. Forget about the job.
Forget about everything. Just be a kid again.
School.
I would actually... I'm going to get like a little serious for a moment. I would think
God.
a lot of people would do a lot of good if they looked at the world with a childlike wonder.
Yeah, I mean that's what this day's about.
And it's all about. It just seems like people forget to have any curiosity anymore. People forget to try new things. People forget to do a lot of things.
Pick their nose and eat
People forget to eat boogers and pull.
Ask too many questions.
Ask way too many fucking questions. Pull your classmates' hair, but to secretly mean that you like them.
Yes.
And then pick out a cool stick and take it home, and then cry when your mom tries to throw it away.
It sounded a little too specific.
I was basically a hoarder when I was a child. I would cry when my mom tried to throw away my McDonald's toys that I had.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go buy a Happy Meal, and when she tries to throw it away, I'm going to cry.
I'm going to weep openly.
I'm going to go, why did you have to throw it away?
Okay, so just celebrate the day by, like, I don't know, doing stuff you did when you were a kid.
Imagine something. Use your imagination.
Use your imagine, like, a crazy thing.
Yeah, play the floor is
like
lava. Jesus, I haven't played that game
That,
in forever.
I would love pictures of that.
This sounds like the best day out of any of them.
This is the best day ever.
Don't you ever just miss being a kid?
I do. I mean, I'm kind of like a 22-year-old kid.
Yeah. It just comes out right now that I actually secretly despise you.
That comes out every episode.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else to add. Do you?
No.
All right. Well, this has been From Our Perspective. A very neat episode. This is the first time where we've kind of done a hand-in-hand topic.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. Maybe we'll do it more
was
often.
interesting. Too many topics, basically, that connect somehow. As always, if you ever have a suggestion, let us know. We're more than willing to talk about anything you guys want to talk about within reason. Of course, you can always reach out to us on social medias. Tell us how you like the show. You can find us on social medias at FOP_pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at Large Lads on Facebook. And, you can find us at YouTube at From Our Perspective. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Tell us how you like the show. Leave a review on iTunes. I don't think you can leave a review on Spotify, but you could definitely subscribe to us and download the episodes there. And you can find us at both of those places at From Our Perspective. You can also find us at podbean.com at From Our Perspective. But this has been From Our Perspective. We post the podcast every Monday. We will see you next Monday. I've been Trace.
And I've been Sam.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo!